Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to the Evil Hour podcast, the all things survival horror podcast, including our experiences, thoughts, and hot takes. We're your hosts, the Dudes of Dudes, horror enthusiasts, renegades of the underground, and this guy over here, his name is...
I'm DDogCat36/Dom.
I am Sean Graves, and in today's episode, we will be discussing a very special topic, especially since 10 days from today, on timestamp of this podcast, it's going to be the release of Silent Hill 2. We're not going to be talking about Silent Hill 2.
No.
We'll be talking about the Twisted Sister, Silent Hill Homecoming.
Yeah,
Whoever's gloss doesn't gloss the worst. Okay, so first and foremost, shout out to the moderators, Light Bright Indy, King J935, DDogCat36, myself, as well as Sriracha Sauce, and Ha as well. Don't want to forget that guy, right? Yeah, right. Dom, any in-house news for DDogCat36?
Oh, honestly, nah, man. I'm just playing the waiting game at this point for.
Same here.
Oh, also, it's my affiliate. Or I just literally talked about this. It's my affiliate celebration. Absolutely, cheers.
Cheers.
I think it's now officially been 2 years we've been affiliate. So that, yeah, I think it's 2 years.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
2 years. So
Right
yeah,
on, dude.
so it's all because of you guys. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, everyone, for watching and supporting DDogCat's work. And DDogCat, you do put out really good content. Specifically, even like I've seen like the tractor game, the truck simulator or whatever it is.
Yeah, American Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
Man, I miss playing that game so much. I talk to my people all the time how I should get back into that game.
Yo.
I took a hot break.
My dude in South California, he sent me a snap of his truck, and I was just like, oh, I know a guy who plays this game. Thought about you.
Literally, damn near grew up in one.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, they just actually came out with a new map, Arkansas, and I thought about buying it so we can travel around Arkansas. You know, because who doesn't?
You mean
want to do that?
you mean Arkansas?
Yeah.
Nah, it's Arkansas. But I've only been through Arkansas like once, and that was like a day drive between
Shit.
I drove from Virginia Beach, Virginia to Oklahoma City in one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It was a drive.
What about you, man? Any in-house news for yourself?
Okay, so like you, I'm playing the waiting game.
Down. I'm just like, I actually. So every single time I buy one of these things,
Yeah.
and mind you, I have like 1, 2, 3 Origins and this one. That's all I have. And every single time I buy these, I literally I never look at them. I literally bought them, stuck them on the shelf. So honestly, just because we are doing the podcast is the one time I'm actually opening this up.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, no
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
So that's why I'm sorry that I keep on looking down on
No,
the
you're
screen.
totally
I
fine.
promise of it. Anyway,
If I remember anything about that book, because I purchased it along with this game
wow.
back in what was it, like 08 or something like that? Yeah, something like that. I used it if I needed it, but I didn't read too much into like the who's it's, the what's it's. I read like the character backgrounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I was looking.
Kind of like the things that you would get from like, the pretty much the booklet here. And then like sometimes I'd be like, oh shoot, I'm in a sticky situation, so where's the nearest save point or something like that, or where's the nearest what do you call it? Health drink or something like that. Like those really simple things for when I'm in a sticky situation, if you will. For myself, I'm playing the waiting game till Silent Hill 2 releases, and taking personal holiday for that one. Let's see. October is going to be just a freaking blast, man. So first weekend of October, Silent Hill 2. Next weekend, State Fair. Or City Fair, one of the two. I don't remember what it's called. And then that weekend is D&D for Indigenous People Day, and then The weekend following that, oh, also same weekend as Silent Hill 2 releasing, that Saturday morning, I will be doing my first yard sale, and I'm not even selling
Ooh.
furniture or anything in my house. I'm literally selling paintings that I have been painting on Twitch here since like the
Oh
dawn
wow.
of time. It's like it's come to that time where I'm just like, okay, I need to sell some paintings and then take that money and do what I've intended to do and put that towards a charity. So if I make a sale, I make a sale. If I don't, well, at least I can
Right.
say I tried. So
Right.
yeah. And that brings me up to the middle of October.
Oof. I tell you what, mine is just gonna be Silent Hill and work, dude. I even warned everybody, like I'm gonna be like MIA for like a
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's get into Silent Hill Homecoming. First and foremost, Dom. We talked a little bit about this offline, but you have played parts of this game, correct? How far
I didn't know I'm like literally at the ending. Like I literally gotta do a few more things and I'm at the final boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I found that out today. I was like, oh well shit. Should
So-
just be in it. And then I was gonna play it for my stream and then I was like, and then I just uninstalled the game, so I'm that guy.
I see. I see. Okay. I have played this game. I was there on release day and I beat it. Actually, I remember my first time playing this game, and actually, I even remember when it was first like being put out on like YouTube, like a demo, not a demo, but like a demo of it.
Yeah.
There was this video, and it was like you see a hallway, and as it's going towards this door, it would like stutter and like jolt, and then it would like be another scene where there's like these hanging like hooks and chains and things, and they would cut back to the hallway, and the hallway is now turning and twisting, and you're hearing the song Homecoming from Silent Hill 3.
Yeah.
No, it's not called Homecoming, it's called Hometown is the name of the song, and it's sung by Joe Ramersa, music by Akira Yamaoka, as it should be. And you get to the door, and then it just cuts, and it's like Silent Hill V, as in 5. So
oh shit.
then there was this other like cutscene where it was like you see like something called a mock-up of a person, and it's very basic for like Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, and I remember like it said Silent Hill. There was the circle. It had 3 lines and then a V, like emblazed in the middle, kind of like V for Vendetta, if you will.
Right.
And then that was like Silent Hill Homecoming. It later turned. It was supposed to be Silent Hill 5. It turned into Silent Hill Homecoming, and so yeah, I was like, oh.
As yourself, actually, I got this game when it first released as well, but mine was for the PS3.
Oh, okay. See, I was on Xbox. Yeah. How do you feel about like? Do you feel like the PlayStation? Like, have you seen like Xbox versus PlayStation? And because I've had that conversation with my friends. I'm sure you do too. Like, which machine is better, PlayStation or Xbox? Like, what graphics are better? Like, are you team this or team that?
When it comes to consoles, dude, I can't tell the difference. It looks the same to me. Me personally, though, I was always that asshole, you know, because they're like, oh, what console's better? I'm like, well, I'm a PC, so PC's better.
You were like the ultimate. You were that guy who was like on the top on the like
right. I felt like I had the monocle and the top hat, like you peasants.
Yeah, peasants.
Like some of us have real gaming consoles.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I too could not tell the difference between Silent Hill Homecoming on PlayStation and on Xbone. I personally had not Xbone, but X360, and I will say this though: the reasons why I didn't play on a PlayStation was because I am from the school of I had a PlayStation 1, have a PlayStation 2, backwards compatibility. PlayStation 3 rolls around, and not the first generation of PlayStation 3s, but certainly the later ones we're not backward compatible anymore.
Yeah.
And in my heart, I was like, wow, as a consumer, I feel slightly betrayed that I can't enjoy the machine or like the games that I
Absolutely.
enjoy, and I can't carry that over to this machine here
Yeah, I feel you.
and have that
That's the
flexibility.
one thing I do gotta say that Xbox got right, but I was also because honestly out of all my friends they had Xboxes and I was the one with the PlayStation. I later like got them to get a PlayStation because I'm like, wouldn't it be a lot cooler if we play together? And not only that, but I was also that asshole's like, yeah, well, you guys have to pay for Xbox Live and PlayStation 3 is free. So
right. I mean,
so,
I get it. Like they both have like their pros and cons to that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. That's one thing. Like I got a PS5 right now, and I've been a PlayStation guy my whole life. Have I owned an Xbox one point? Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like the screen setup. I don't like the store. I don't like everything bothers me about the Xbox. Mind you, I also had a 360 and I had the Xbox One, so I gave it two times. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, I tried it out and I've always had PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got the 5. And with that being said, it's kind of like what you are talking about now. The one thing that Xbox does completely right that PlayStation doesn't do is backwards compatible. And don't get me wrong, in PlayStation Store, you could play backwards compatible games, but that's only through the store. I heard the new Xboxes can actually play, like you could pop in a CD.
Yeah.
And play. Yeah, no, PlayStation doesn't do that. Just
but it also. But also with the thing about PlayStation is that like you're at the bane of the existence of PlayStation 1 having that game in their store. 2, if you're connected, like this is like to you PT peeps out there, if you have a video game on your console, they can reach in, uninstall it, force uninstall anything. Which is why like the last thing that was a PlayStation item in my arsenal at the time, because I used to have a PlayStation Portable that kicked the can after being used and abused. I bought a Vita on deployment. I bought Silent Hill Book of Memories on it.
Dude, a lot of people dog on that game. I so want to play it. I know it's a dungeon crawler, but it's cool because it's Silent Hill dungeon crawler. I haven't played it though. I always wanted to.
Have fun.
I love dungeon crawlers though.
I'm slowly learning like different video game styles.
Oh, yeah, like I played Diablo and all that shit, man. Like,
yeah, I think like the thing that Book of Memories just couldn't get was I didn't feel scared.
The stories everywhere.
Oh yeah, the stories everywhere. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But also like the gameplay, like I never really felt scared of going into the next room.
Oh, I get you there.
That to me
you're looking for more horror.
Yeah, that to me is a problem when you come from a background of like all these greats. I think I sent you Did I see? Do you remember that video I sent you on your text message?
Yeah.
And he like jumps up. He's like holding on to.
They're all walking. Yeah, right? They all love that.
Right. Yeah, I was in Oklahoma City when Silent Hill Homecoming came through, and I remember playing up through to like the graveyard, and like I got past that. I got to Curtis, which we'll talk about the characters in a few.
Yeah, see,
and I came back, and like that monster, like it made my stomach hurt because I was so like, oh my gosh.
My first time playing this game, I remember where I stopped. But now this is the first time I played it because honestly, it scared the fuck out of me. I remember the playground when those kids would laugh and the thing that gave me chills. And honestly, I got to the graveyard where Curtis was, and the game was a little too scary for your boy. So
yeah, same here. Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, but the game was released in 2008. Everybody, it was developed by Double Helix, directed by Cordy Riverson. Riverson, produced by Jeremy Lee, designed by Jason Allen, programmed by Kevin Christensen. Artists were Matt Olson, Eric Greenleaf. The writers were Patrick J. Doody and Chris Valenciano. And the composer for the music is, of course, our dude, Akira Yamaoka.
Yeah, buddy.
In 2004, here's some history, some back history to Silent Hill Homecoming. In 2004, the chief designer was Matsu. I'm gonna butcher these names. I'm so sorry. Masashi Tsuboyama, who announced development and debunked rumors. It was called quote unquote. Apparently, before it was called Silent Hill 5, people thought the name of the game was called Shadows of the Past.
Oh, I would probably enjoyed the game better if it was named that.
Yeah, right. Same here. That's why I was thinking Shadows of the Past. In 2006, Akira Yamaoka interviewed the game would be released on next gen, hinting at gameplay of quote Fear in Daylight. How do you feel about that as far as like what he was saying there? Fear in Daylight.
Oh man, that's a good question. It's kind of like an artist thing where it's like I respect what he's going for.
Yeah.
And I understand, but it doesn't like Fear in Daylight. I don't know, man.
It made me
a
just
dark
like
game, like you know what I'm saying? It's not like it wasn't sunny.
Well, yeah, but it also just dawned on me like the whole game is all in one day.
Holy shit! Yeah, you're right.
It just dawned on me when I said that I was like, Fear in Daylight. Yeah, because Alex comes in, he gets out of the truck from Travis, and the whole thing happens in one day.
Yeah, that's what. We'll get into that character.
Yeah.
You already know I'm about to say.
In 2007, E3 revealed the title as Silent Hill V, and then it was originally sent to a Western developer named The Collective. The Collective turned into Backbone Entertainment in 2005 to form Foundation 9 Entertainment. I think Foundation 9, I think those are the same people who did some of the Star Wars flying games.
Yeah.
Foundation 9 merged with The Collective with Shiny Entertainment to create Double Helix. Double Helix drew inspiration from the movie, and this is where I'm kind of like gonna sit here and to say I think this is a chicken and the egg situation because the movie came out around the same time, if not like a year before. So I don't know if people were like comparing notes and going like, oh, what's in the movie? Oh, we'll add that into the game. So that way, if you see the movie and you won't play the next video game, you've got that connection. So a couple of the things that are in this video game that they drew inspiration from the movie was the Otherworld ripping effect, which we haven't really ever gotten until this game. Nurses react to light and sound. Well, actually, really any of the characters.
Can we, since we're on that character, can we
sure.
talk about how they made them even more, and I hate to put it this way, but sexier, I guess you could say. Like, and I don't know if I like it or not. The one thing I will say I like that's kind of connected to the movie that I see there is not only the first ripping effect that we get, but how they move. They're like more like doll-like, and they like come after you like that. I respect it. The one thing I gotta say though, is like I'm just not a big fan of time attacks, and especially games like these. Mm-hmm. And since it's throughout the whole game, where it's just like mash A, or X, and it's just like
this was the first time we get quick time. Well, not really the first time. Origins just came out.
Yeah, but
the Origins quick time event is like a whole other beast. Like it wasn't really a quick time event. It was more like you see like in a blink like something, and it's like, oh, I didn't have enough time.
You have no idea how many times I hit the wrong fucking button. I was like,
same here. The bug creatures in Homecoming were inspired by the movie.
Right.
The design of Pyramid Head was also designed from the movie.
Because that's where we get the first pointed head instead of the square.
Yep. And
which personally, I hate to say it, but I love the pointed look better. And even my wife brought that up yesterday.
I didn't really pay too much attention. I always blamed like the squared off cut and then like the pointed cut. I was like, well, their
Graphic, maybe.
graphics. You know what I mean? Because like if you look at Mario,
Everything was
like
box.
his polygon hat in like the 64 is not the same hat that we have in
No.
like Galaxy. Like I always just kind of chalked it up to polygons.
Right. And may I say this too, me personally, I love the weapon that he has more than the actual one. Like Pyramid Head's weapon. Dude, I think the combat knife is more fucking bad. One, it looks sharp as fuck. Two, it's a combat like fucking sword. So I think it's more badass all around. Do I like the character because they made him more beefy, more scarier? But I like what they did with the redesign of Pyramid
Speaking
Head.
of the knife, the whole scene where like in game and also in movie where you cut
Yeah,
to get
you
to like the
slice
next
down.
room,
Yeah.
that was also inspired from the movie IE, which, and like I said, I
Oh,
feel like this
okay.
whole thing is kind of like a chicken and the egg situation because both were in production. Like I said, it started off,
okay.
production for the video game started in 2004. Halfway through, the movie released, and then Homecoming came out. And so to me,
Right.
I'm just like, I can see where the movie was probably looked at a couple times, and someone could have
Absolutely.
said like, hey, like, we've got this cool scene, like, can we watch your movie for a second, you know, or something like that.
Absolutely.
So, last but not least, and this is a connection to last episode about censorship, by the way. And by the way, I also want to put a pin in this. So last episode, when we were talking about censorship, we were only talking about American censorship. I totally forgot to mention England, Germany,
Oh,
Australia, you know,
Because
the
this
Middle
game
East.
almost got banned in Germany and shit.
I got the T. So,
Oh, okay.
Homecoming for Australia and Germany. The game was altered to tone down scenes, including various body parts being drilled into, i.e., just like the
Which
one.
was towards the end, man. When I seen
Right.
it, I was like, oh shit.
And also bisected characters. So like at the very beginning, where you see like the doctor get like cut in half.
Oh yeah.
So like all those scenes, all those parts were like altered, so that way it wasn't too gory. So we got the
Really?
full, yeah. So we got the full gore, and
Oh, hell yeah.
people in Australia and Germany got
They're like,
the doctor version. Eventually, it passed censorship for both those countries, making it
Right.
MA15 plus. And then in November 19th, 2010, I don't know how I got this fucking date. I just was like going through like, I was like, oh, censorship of Silent Hill Homecoming, like Google search, right?
Right.
Pull me up some articles.
Yeah, I didn't know that until today too. I was watching honestly a YouTube video on it, and he mentioned that because of the one scene. I was like, and then he reverted back to the scene you just talked about, and I was like, oh shit, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
but what's that?
Apparently, Germany confiscated all Xbox versions imported from the UK, effectively
Whoa.
banning the sales in Germany. So,
Wow.
apparently, when you start two world wars, you can't have, you know, two gory
Like, yeah,
video
yeah.
games. Also, if you happen to be, you know, like a full colony, you know, that's nothing but a bunch of, I'm not saying that Australia is a bunch of, you know, I'm not saying that's a colony or a country that is essentially a penitentiary, you know,
Right.
like, but
Right.
essentially that's what the British did was they were like, oh, we're just gonna ban you to Australia. It'd be like,
What the fuck did we do, huh?
so I get why Australia is like, yeah, our roots are from people who were just banished here for like, you know, not so great reasons. So that takes us into, that's the history of Silent Hill Homecoming.
Yeah.
Our hot takes on it. Characters. We start off with Alex Shepard. How do you feel about that character, man?
So I'm going, man, I don't know. It's like I liked him at first, but I really started hating him not shortly after. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying?
Like how
yeah,
shortly
it didn't-
after?
Very honestly.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it was just like after you talk to his mom type stuff, he's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
for some odd reason. I just noticed I didn't have music playing in the background, and
You're
I
fine.
typed in Alex when I was trying to type in Doll Moon that you made. Anyway, So it was like more of like he just seemed always lost. And don't get me wrong, like in most Silent Hills, is like, what is this? What's that creature? Where am
Yeah.
I? You know what I'm saying? Him, he kind of just made me feel dumb. Like he's just like, Mom, what are you doing? Why you got the gun? I'm like, dude, oh my god, like he had like no emotion. You know what I'm saying? He's a boring character for me.
You know who I thought they kind of tailored his character to? I don't know if you're a fan of this TV show, but it was popular, very popular, specifically around 2008, and specifically in my high school. So like you're still like in elementary school, I think at this time, if not middle school. I'm trying to remember, but like 2008.
How old were you? I could base it off that.
I was.
Oh, 2008. I was 9 years old, so I was
20?
in middle school. Yeah, I was 9 years old in 2008.
So there you go. There was a show called
so-
Supernatural, and
Yeah.
I don't know, for me, I feel like Alex is like, if you put Dean from Supernatural and then you put Alex right next to each other, I feel like they kind of made that character, you know?
I feel you there. Yeah. I mean, it was just like I said, like at first I'm like, oh, new Silent Hill, you know, the excitement. Oh, new Silent Hill. Oh, who's this protagonist that we're playing as now? And then like I said, it was like just shortly after. It wasn't even like going through the game. It was like I was like, okay. So I was already like one red flag / check mark on my book. We'll go from there.
I also forgot to read the back of the box here. It says, Evil welcomes you back home. Alex Shepard has returned home in search of his missing brother, but to find him, Alex will have to journey into the heart of evil and survive the horrors of Silent Hill. And ironically, this game doesn't take you to Silent... You're not in Silent Hill very much in this game.
So that's what also... Okay, we'll get to that subject later.
We go through this hospital level, because every Silent Hill has to kind of have to go through the check marks of Silent Hill things. Right? Honestly, I never really thought that the hospital level, the intro, was Silent Hill. I always thought it was just a hospital, because you don't know if it's Brookhaven, you don't know if it's Alchemilla.
The one thing I do gotta respect out of this game, now that we're on that topic, is so to start you meet Alex, and you just said his name. What's the truck driver's name?
Oh, Travis Grady.
No.
Curtis is Curtis is the junk sailor guy, the junkman.
Oh, so the truck driver is Travis.
No, yeah.
Okay, so that got me excited there, because playing the previous game, I was like, oh shit, we got a character that we did, and then Alex.
Yeah, I would say it was like it's the second cameo that we got as a character, because our first cameo was Harry Mason in Silent Hill 3. Right. In this game, we got Travis in Homecoming.
And that got me excited, but the one thing I do gotta give them is being in oh fuck, what the fuck is it? Shepherd's Glen. It didn't feel like Silent Hill, and I respect the game out of that, because it wasn't like, oh, I remember the first introduction when you get taken to Silent Hill. It was like, oh shit, so this is where it really happens.
Also, if you notice, the place in Silent Hill when we first get to Silent Hill is called the Grand Hotel, and the Grand Hotel is one of the scenes in Silent Hill the movie.
Oh shit, I did not know that.
Like when she goes from the school to the next scene, and she's like, hey, I found this. It's, says hotel. And she's like, Sybil goes, hotel. And then they make it to the Grand Hotel.
Ah.
Yeah. Right.
I never noticed that.
It was like, it's again one of those scenes where it's like this chicken, egg.
Right.
Which one came first? Anyway. After the horrible, and we kind of get like a little bit of introduction with like some monsters, mostly nurses, some of the bugs I mentioned earlier. We are trying to save our brother. His name is Josh. He's kind of a dingus of a character. He's a dick. He is actually a dick.
Oh my god, dude! When you were in the fucking hospital and it was the fever dream and everything, and fucking, oh my god, I wanted that little shit dad so bad. I was like, you fucking.
Well, I will say that, like, it wasn't. Oh yeah, I forgot about the artwork in there.
Isn't that kind of cool?
I
was trying
forgot
to figure
about
out
that.
that one monster that we get introduced next. It's not even on here.
Um,
On here. Okay, go on.
I totally forgot that there was a pullout in that thing. Yeah. We wake up. I remember like going through the hospital. In my heart, I was like, oh yeah, there's still like, Pyramid Head somewhere.
Right.
Like there's
Right.
remnants of his destruction throughout the whole hospital, but you don't know where he's coming from. And so when you get the knife hitting you at the end, I was just like, I remember jumping. Like nowadays, I'm like, oh, run it by the
Right.
numbers. But back then, I
Right.
remember like I was just sitting here going like this. Oh wow! Like, and then he wakes up.
Yeah.
We see that Travis is nearby us. He turns on the radio. Oh, you're fine? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was about to sneeze. That's why I was like,
Oh.
making weird face. Anyway, yeah, he turns on the radio.
And then that's our first cutscene, and we see us driving into Shepherd's Glen.
Right.
We arrive in Shepherd's Glen, and the first character we meet is Margaret Holloway, aka the judge of the town. And we notice that the town is barren, foggy, and not so great.
Pressing.
Practically abandoned. Apparently people have been disappearing in this town, Shepherd's Glen, and no one knows why. It's kind of like a surprise to Judge Holloway that we're even back. And
Oh yeah,
we're
by the
told-
way, we just got back from
war.
yeah, military or something. Yeah, whatever.
So ironically, when this game came out, like we were already like well into the
Yeah,
war in the Middle East.
Yeah, thank you.
And so it kind of seemed a bit timely that like we would get a character that like the whole thing was that
Back
like
home.
he's coming back from war, and everyone, I would say everyone, if you did, you would have to be an idiot to not think that they was like talking about the war now. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it was one of those weird like zeitgeist games, if you will, because Silent Hill doesn't do a very good job of like telling you what year,
No.
what time, all the things. It does
No.
leave you historical time frames, but like in the present, it doesn't really tell you like what year you're currently in.
Right.
And then we meet Lillian Shepherd, the mom, like you mentioned earlier, and she's got a gun. We don't know why, and we're also noticing in Alex's
That's
house
where's your
that
brother.
a lot of pictures are the family minus you for some reason,
Yeah.
and we don't know why. But Dad's gone. Apparently, he went to go find the brother or your brother, and mom's at home.
Shit's important.
Right, like for some reason. And yeah, like as you mentioned earlier, like his parents just kind of go like, "Oh, hey, welcome back."
Yeah. And then instantly goes, "Where's your brother?"
Yeah, yeah. Like I guess I'll go on a hunt too, I suppose. Like screw me, I guess.
So that's where you go down to the basement because you gotta start a generator.
Mm-mm. The amount of go here, get the thing, and come back.
Oh my god.
In this game? Yeah.
It starts right off the rip too. Like when
Mhm.
you wake up in the hospital in your little fever dream or whatever the hell it is. And your nightmare. And yeah, right off the rip, it's like go here, grab that, put this item there, go here, grab that. And don't get me wrong, you can fight and say that's a lot of Silent Hills, but this one they did it with every single level.
It was like pushed up to the front.
Yeah.
It wasn't even subtle. It was just like, hey,
Yeah.
I want my Robbie the Rabbit. Well, where the hell am
Yeah.
I supposed to go for that? That's
So
where I
then you go
used.
there, bam, bam, yeah.
As
oh
soon-
my god, I hate
As
it.
soon as Josh mentions the damn rabbit, I immediately looked at the book and I was like this, where the hell is that rabbit? Because I'm not going to spend 3 hours looking for a gosh darn rabbit. Anyway,
Robbie the Rabbit comes back, by the way.
just as a cameo, just like twice. Just twice. Once in the beginning, and then when we get to the dark side of the house, because
Yeah.
we go through the graveyard. We find out that the mayor is digging up graves in his family plot. We don't know why. We run into Ellie, who is Judge Holloway's daughter, and she's like posting up, missing signs. And if you look, there's actually real pictures of people in development team on that board.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, right? And then we get a walkie-talkie from her, and we head on off to go meet Curtis. We do a gun exchange. I don't know
Which is
why.
another asshole. He's a dick.
And that's the thing about Curtis is that, like, I thought he was just gonna be like a one-off character. Like, I didn't see him going anywhere, and he actually really doesn't.
No.
But he's so. You only see him twice, don't you? Once at the beginning and then once at the end.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's literally his whole purpose. Like, he really has no dog in the fight. I don't even know why he's like involved in any way.
Yeah,
right?
Actually, now that you say that. Yeah, what the
Yeah, what is he even doing? Yeah, okay, so the lore in Silent Hill Homecoming is that there are 4 families.
Yeah.
The Shepherds, the Holloways, the Bartletts, the Fitch family. So 4. There's 4. And once every, generation or something like that? Or 50 years? One of those 4 families has to give up a sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, because I guess, like, those 4 families left Silent Hill, but in doing so, they had to make a sacrifice to the gods of Silent Hill, aka, by the way, there's some cult shit going on in this game.
I was gonna say, they're cult.
Because we can't, like, leave that in the past. We always have to have something cultish in some way, shape, and form. And yeah, his last name is Akers. Curtis Akers. He's got, like, no dog in this fight. I don't even know why he's around.
You're right. Probably just fill in, like I said.
Probably, yeah. And then we go to Silent Hill for the first time. We go to the Grand Hotel. How do you feel about that?
It's not a good level.
No.
It didn't feel like a hotel. It was a single story fucking bullshit. Like,
yeah, right.
At least like Silent Hill 2 felt like a hotel. Like, you got bottom floor, middle floor, top floor. You had the pool yard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This one was like, oh yeah, you're in a hotel. 4 doors are unlocked, and then you go down to a stair set. That's it.
Oh, but like also you have to go up the elevator, and then you've got like 2
Oh
floors.
yeah, I guess you're right. It didn't feel like a hotel though to me.
Because
that's when we encountered the stupidest fucking monster in all of Silent Hill. May I just say?
Oh,
I think
you're
it's
feeling
great.
some feelings today.
Oh, dude, I have a hate relationship with this game. If you don't notice, I really hate this game.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, let's get into the monsters real quick. Since
Yeah. I mean, since we've
before...
gone like to Silent Hill, we ran into some monsters. We got the bugs, we got the nurses, we've got the smog monsters, and
which is the water ones, right?
Oh, I totally forgot about those ones. No, I was talking about the ones that they're kind of like the straitjacket monsters from Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, that's right.
But they do the lung thing, yeah. So there's some monsters from Silent Hill 2 that have been like remixed a little bit.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Which I fuck with. So with that being said, the bosses, the monsters, and everything else, I love the redesigns. I really do. The small monsters, amazing. Same thing with like the monsters that we were just talking about. The water basement monster, awesome design, love it. Very Silent Hill. The stupid fucking knife ones that block everything and they have the head in the crotch. I love the design. Hate the fucking monster though, because you're just like, it's like block, and then you gotta run behind it, and then there's like 5 of them that ambush you. Oh my god, I hate them.
Oh my gosh, speaking of the
amount of times I died in that hotel map, bro.
Yo, bro, so like early on in like gameplay, you can actually like really screw yourself up and like mod in, or I guess like drop in a monster that's like actually really hard for you to defeat with like just a knife.
Oh god, really?
Yeah, so when you go like, and we're backtracking to when you first meet Judge Holloway, she like goes into her office, right? Have you ever gone into the office? Or did you just go straight to the house?
I'm gonna say I went straight to the house. I didn't even go into the office.
you have options. You can go straight. You can go and follow Judge Holloway and actually ask her more questions about the town, like why are people missing. You can kind of
Right.
interrogate her a little bit and get some information.
Right.
But eventually, the conversation will get to a place where she's just like, "Go home, Alex. There's nothing for you to do here." But there's a whole bunch of different rooms you could go in. But if you go into some of the rooms, like a couple of them are a little bit blocked off for later exploration.
Right.
Hold on, I got a cat who's getting into things. Um, yeah, so you can have a smog monster load into a hallway in that level, and you're just with a knife.
Oh God.
Yeah, and like the easiest way to like defeat that monster is when the lungs fill up and then they expose themselves. You can just take your gun and just shoot at the lungs until it dies.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just, this game kind of plays on like monsters have weaknesses, but you have to figure out what those weaknesses are to kill them.
Yeah.
So like Alex is a bit OP in the sense of like, Harry, James, Heather, Henry, like they're all very sticky wackadoodle
Yeah.
characters. But Alex really does shine in like being more agile and things
And
like
that's
that.
why I loved his background, because it really shows, okay, this guy was in the military, because he's more combat skilled,
Mhm.
fast. Where the other people, it made it actually feel like they never, which I hope they didn't, but like never killed somebody in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah.
they're kind of like, they don't want to hit the monster, but they gotta do what they gotta do. Where
Mhm.
Alex is like full on like, ka-cha, pa, pa,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, with like the light, heavy attacks,
Yeah.
dodge systems like really on point.
I
Speaking,
hate how focused they make the combat though in this game. Can
Yeah,
we talk
like,
about that?
yeah,
It's so
for sure.
combat based,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just not Silent Hill, bro. It's just like
Yeah,
you go here, monsters. You go there, monsters. And don't get me wrong, there's like that in Silent Hill, but it's too much in this game. There's not a good balance.
yeah, exactly. And again, like you can get overwhelmed really easily by being in a
absolutely.
room that like you're not supposed to be in.
And the
then
game's
you
not
spawn-
forgiving with ammo and health, where like, don't get me wrong, most Silent Hills aren't really forgiving with that shit. But
Mhm.
with that being said, it's like this one is like, the save points are bullshit. I'm gonna get into that topic too. So when you die,
Yeah.
you like 15 minutes back, and I'm like, oh my god. And then like the health drinks, it's 1 every 10 minutes. So even if you make it to the save point, you might have no health. Like I've been there a lot of times where I had to even go back further in my load
Mhm.
just so I could get out more health and not use them as much till I get to the same fucking checkpoint where I was originally at. Like,
Yeah.
my, sucks.
Yeah, exactly. And also speaking on that water monster you're talking about, that design is based off of the movie. When Rose goes into the school and she
Yeah.
finds the janitor, he's all like
Right.
strung up in the girls'
Yeah.
Bathroom.
Creepy as
And then
fucking
when
scene,
it-
by the way.
Yeah, right. But then when it turns to the darkness and then you get that paper peeling like what we get in the video game, and then he comes out and his like legs are like behind him but like
Tied up.
curled, tied
Yeah.
up. It kind of has that same feel. So again, chicken or the egg, like
Ah.
which design came first, the movie or the video game, and who was comparing notes and contrasting a little bit. And again, I feel like if you haven't seen the movie, but if you did see the movie and you want to play Silent Hill because you're motivated to watch the movie and play the game, then I can see where this game is a companion, but it's also a bait and switch because it doesn't give you what the prior 5 video games were, including
Right.
Origins.
Right.
Yeah, those needlers, like they were really intense. Really
Yeah.
intense, especially if you get like a whole bunch of monsters like the nurses, the needlers
Oh yeah.
on you, and that happens
There's
in the
that one
hotel.
part in the hotel where
Mhm.
wait, no, maybe it's not a hotel. I'm further. I'll wait on that topic. Where
Oh, you
like
mean the
7
sewer?
nurses. No, fuck that. We'll talk about that too. No, it's maybe it is a hotel where like you grab the doll. Yeah, that's later on, so I didn't want to talk about that right now. But 7
Oh,
nurses
that
spawn right
one!
there. Yeah.
Yes, no, I remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Let's continue on
So
the
yeah,
hotel.
the
though.
whole
Well,
reason why we're in the hotel is like we're trying to like find our brother, right? Or figure out what Mayor Bartlett's all
Randolph
about.
By the way,
Yeah.
little shit.
Little
I was
shithead.
calling him that the fucking whole game, bro. People loved it on my stream. They're like, "Why are you such a dick to your little brother?" I'm like, "He's an asshole. I'm just here. He should."
Clearly, nobody in your chat box has ever been an older brother. So,
I'm technically an only sibling, so I can't relate.
well, I
But
always
if
thought
that's how
that.
it is, little shit, like.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because like, as like an older brother, I'd be like looking over, going like this. Is my little brother? Where the hell? You
He
know?
was a dick though, man. You were reaching for a key and he just kicks it like what? The fuck's
Yeah.
your problem? No, he steps on your hand. I'm sorry. He steps on your hand and then he runs off.
Hmm.
Like what the fuck?
Which, by the way, an homage to Silent Hill 2,
Yeah.
because Laura did the same
Hardcore.
thing to
Yeah,
James, right? I
Yeah,
feel
she
like
was a little shit too.
the more I'm talking about this game, the more I'm realizing it's trying to be the shadow of Silent Hill 2 with all the nuances, all the obvious characters that are homaging over here.
Oh, how did you like the dogs, by the way?
Oh, the dogs were great. That's what I always thought the
liked
dogs
it.
were supposed to be, but they kept on
Yeah,
sounding
100%.
like tigers for some reason.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyway, um actually I think that by that point we have met all the monsters. I don't think there's any other. Well, no, there's one more bad guy monster thing, but that's like way later on in the game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're
Yeah,
talking about the jail
that's
one, right?
freaking contentious.
Mm.
And so there's like this character in the hotel and she's humming a little tune. She's like, I don't have my memories anymore. So she's like, can you just go get my three memories? So you have to go
By
get
the way,
these
did you know
memories.
that was like technically a side quest? Yeah, you don't gotta do that. I found that out my second playthrough of this game.
So how do you get the key?
Hold on. Yeah, it's when. Oh fuck. So she has you go do the memories things that you actually gotta do, but there's another thing she asks you to get, and when you get the key, you could just walk out. You ain't gotta do the side quest. I forget what you get. I think she drops you like a fuck ton of health and ammo if you do it. And I found out that's just a side quest. You ain't even gotta do it. Let me. While you talk about that, I'm gonna do some research real quick.
Okay,
just to
yeah,
make
for sure. Because there's this character. I think she's a ghost first and foremost, because you never really
Yeah.
see who she is. I think it's a ghost. Silent Hill is very much about ghosts as well. Some of them do actually talk to you, and some of them just play with you.
Yeah.
We talked about that in Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 3, ghosts actually talk to you as well. And so for this one, she's like lost her memories and she's asking you to get them back for her. And they come in like little postcards. So until you get to the third one, that's when all the monsters come out to play. And on your way through, you also get this huge cameo of Pyramid Head where he just walks by, looks you
Stares
straight
at
in the
you.
face, and then he turns away, and then he just moves on, and he just disappears. He doesn't, like, who knows where he went after that. So again, living in the shadow of Silent Hill 2 over here. We get to our third memory. We go back to her. She gives us this key that we've been looking for this whole time to get to this door that we think Josh is in. And it's a cutscene where any other time that Alex has jumped over anything, he's like nailed the landing. This time around, I guess he rolled a 1. And he rolled a 1 on acrobatics, and he asked his little brother, like, don't let me fall. And like, unfortunately, like, Josh kind of like backs away, watching his brother fall through the levels of the hotel. We land in this like what do you call it, like a meeting room, and one of the hallways turns into the other side, and then this is where we meet Mayor Bartlett, who then tells us, like, we ask about like his son, like, all those things. And I don't know, like, this game kind of goes into like a whole thing where it's like it gives you like 3 options on like how to drive the narrative, and it could go really great, kind of in the middle, or like really horrible. And it's eventually like it doesn't really matter for most of the characters, like how you talk to them. You're going to get to the same outcome. you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like they were trying to create different narratives, but like even if you press A for every single option, you're just gonna get the same option. Like I don't know.
I hate that they made you like pick and choose a path. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I love when games do that, and if they know how to do it, they can nail it right. But the fact that it's like a B situation where there's not really a wrong answer, I don't think, again, I'm gonna diss on the game here. I don't think it was a good design choice, because I kind of like how you have to do the little quirky stuff to get the second ending or the third ending or the fourth. This one, every little answer you answer is literally going to determine what the fuck is that? Oh, it's a hole. Anyway, it's going to determine the ending you get. And I think it's so stupid because, again, there's not a right answer and there's not a wrong answer, but they did it poorly. They did it so poorly because you either get one answer or the second. There's no three. Like, there's not like, or maybe this one. It's just, I would agree with you. No, I want to agree with you. And then you just move on. It doesn't change the gameplay. It doesn't change anything else but the ending.
Yeah, exactly. Like if we're like gonna compare and contrast like other video games, let's look at like the Dark Pictures anthology or you know, games where. Yeah, exactly. But you get the repercussions, maybe not immediately, but somewhere down the road, you get a repercussion that you didn't realize that was going to be the ending, you know? And so, like, I feel like for 2008, like, maybe we're not being too kind to it. I mean, I don't remember. I feel like there are text-based games that nailed this better than Silent Hill Homecoming did. But at the same time, this is the first time we're actually able to do that in Silent Hill.
In a Silent Hill game. Yeah.
In a Silent Hill game. So maybe a little bit of empathy. But at the same time, like, there's so many other examples where this was nailed. And this was kind of like, you know.
What the hell are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the point, you know? There's not really a payoff for these things.
No.
So we meet our first monster, and Mayor Bartlett dies, and that's the boss fight, like our first freaking boss fight.
Mind you, badass character again.
You actually like
the design.
You like this design?
I love the design.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, honestly, dude, like I said, I love all the character designs in this. When it comes to the enemies, that is, like the bosses. Badass, very Silent Hill. The regular enemies, very Silent Hill. Like there was not one thing I was like, you know, very Silent Hill. Besides the nurses, they just took the nurses from Silent Hill 2 and just made them even more sexier. That's just my pick on it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like the jugs were there that day, and they were definitely trying to. They did like an upskirt. They even had the
ass cheeks hanging out.
Yeah, they did an upskirt too, right?
Yeah. And it's like, we're not playing as fucking James, bro. Like, this is Alex's story.
I don't know. Maybe he was just feeling juicy that day. I don't know.
I never thought about that. It could have been a pinup.
Yeah.
Because pinups are very common in military shit.
Sure.
Well, back in the 50s and shit.
Right. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
I didn't even think of that. Now that I'm thinking on it. Shit.
Okay.
That just kind of hit me.
Yeah.
That kind of hit me now.
I never considered that.
I literally just said that. Like I'm saying, awesome. Like off the top of my head, like, holy fuck, that kind of just hit me in a feel.
Okay. I can get that.
I'm just my fucking scientist over here, bro.
Right? After defeating the tree monster, we wake up and we're in jail, and we meet our first African American character in Silent Hill since the year 1999. Officer James Wheeler.
I'm gonna just throw this off I'm just throw this out here right now while I say it. This level was the best fucking goddamn design level out of this whole fucking game. I hate every single level. Oh my god, I love the police station area, the jail and everything. Awesome. I love Wheeler, even though he's an annoying character that never dies no matter what happens. But I love him. I love his character. I love the level. This level, I was like, damn, they did good. I hate to say this, and as we're gonna talk about more, I'll put it in my 2 cents. But every single level throughout this game, I fucking hate it. The graveyard was dog shit, stupid. Hotel was definitely dog shit.
I feel like the graveyard, as far as the level's concerned, was too big. It was a lot of running around. It was
if they would have shortened it down and still made the little, like, you walk into here areas and the gates open. I kind of love the gate physics, you know, made it eerie.
Yeah.
But like what the fuck? Like, I know graveyards aren't small, or at least some of them aren't, but like, come on, dude, that was a whole ass acre. Like,
even if
that was
like
football fields.
Even if they're like trying to base it off of like a cemetery from New Orleans, like,
yeah,
I mean, they're not that complicated. So,
but no, the jail level though, loved it.
You know what actually like freaked me out was when this the Colossus monster. I don't think they're called Colossus. I think they're called like
Siams.
Siams? Okay, when the Siams come in, I was like, whoa, we gotta beat that thing. Right.
And then I can never say their names, right? Shims?
Oh, the Shisms.
Yeah, the fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know,
I didn't really like that one just because...
I was like, was Alex afraid of bananas?
I was thinking sharks.
Or
honestly.
sharks? I mean, they do look like sharks. They look like walking sharks with arms and things.
When we get
like,
towards the end of this, I have a thing that I don't know. Do you know the backstory behind Shisms?
That, like, well, Schism technically means, like, a split, as in two.
Yeah.
Like, there's two sides, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And, like, that makes sense because there's two sides, but, like, I don't know. Like, it didn't really... Looking at the creature and then, like, looking at, like, what the meaning of it is and then looking at, like, the story as a whole, it's kind of like, really? I don't know.
Oh, so do you know the backstory of it?
Of the Schism in the game? No, I don't know the backstory behind it.
Okay, well, when we get towards the ending, I'll tell you that because it makes sense why that's a monster, and this is one thing I respect of this game. That is the most hated game, by the way. Even I hated it.
Okay. So, then we get to the sewer level.
Stupid.
Every Silent Hill has to have a sewer level.
This isn't just in Silent Hill. I hate sewer levels in games. They're so dumb. They're so fucking boring. I hate sewer levels. Can we stop putting them in?
We're also in co-op mode. We have to get what's her nuts, Ellie, from one place to another, and we fail. She gets murked.
Oh my god.
Or so we think. And all we got is her radio. And we don't know what happened to Wheeler. Anything is possible in this game. But we make it to Martin Finch's office, and he is cutting himself, and we're like, hey, like, what are you doing? And all the things. And
this is the second boss, right?
This is the second boss. This is actually one of my favorite bosses in the game.
Boy, dude, let me tell you what on that one, dude. The mannequin looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Silent Hill as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
That thing freaked me the fuck out. There was many times where I was just running because that thing was running up on me. I'm like, oh, it freaked me out even to this day.
I know, right? It's like for me now, I'm like, oh, okay, there's a pattern to this. There's a pattern, right? The second half of the battle is still kind of new to me. And I still like don't know exactly, but I still get by somehow. But freaking the way to get there, oh my gosh, like the darkness you have to go through, it's like if you don't know, then you're kind of lost. And there's like a couple of jump scares where like you find like these dolls. And the dolls are like from Dr. Finch's daughter, Scarlet. Because I guess she collected those things. And you meet up with eventually Dr. Finch, and he's like, yeah, I bleed. I cut myself and I bleed to relieve the pain that I caused to my daughter. And then like out from the blood comes this like doll-like creature, and he gets decapitated and his body's tossed to the side, and then it's like game time.
Brutal.
I like this monster. This boss fight is Tis peak in
Oh,
my
yeah.
list. Like,
I'll give it that.
yeah.
I will give it that.
After that, all the boss fights just kind of go. Mwah,
Yeah.
mwah,
I agree
mwah.
with you. I agree
Mwah.
with you.
After that, we get to meeting up with Wheeler. Oh, no, wait. We go back to the house, and we meet up with Mom, right?
Yeah.
And then she gets, not yet. That's a little later.
Okay.
So the cult shows up. The cult members of Silent Hill show up and kidnap her.
Order members.
The Order members, and again, chicken or the egg, which one came first, the movie or the video game?
I do like that design again. Once
Yeah?
in the game, they
I was
kinda,
like-
I like it. I ain't gonna lie though. I hate to say this because another game I really hated, and Downpour, they made them so much better and scarier because they're like.
True.
But that's
Yeah.
how they even look like in the movie though. They were all beefy and just fucking. You know what I'm saying? And this one, they kind of just look like guys
Dopey.
in hazmat suits.
Yeah. Right? I don't know. Like, the more you get, like, the first time, you don't even really run into, like, they just show up, and they're kind of, like, in a cutscene, but they're not really bad guys in the darkness level of the house.
Right.
But what we learn in this section of the game is that Alex's dad favored Josh very highly, even though, like, so much so that, like, he was, like, telling, like, Josh, like, pretend like Alex doesn't even exist. Like, you don't need to pretend, like, this is a us thing, not a him thing. And I think from that point on, it kind of, like, removes the veil about Alex's importance in the game. And I'm like, okay, so all these characters don't give a crap about Alex.
See, I
Why
thought this
should
dude
I?
had just
Like-
a fucked up childhood. Like, nobody liked him. He was, like,
Well, he
been there, bro. You know what I'm
had
saying? Like,
Yeah, but he clearly had friends because Ellie knew of his existence.
I mean,
Just
yeah,
Holloway.
you're right.
Everybody knew of his existence. They just didn't know why he was gone for so
Dude,
long. And
to me, at this point, I was starting to feel like he was like the black sheep of the family. I still
Yeah.
wasn't getting the story at this point. I
Mhm.
just thought like his family, you know, kind of like how they always say like the first child. I even hear my wife talk about this all the time. How the first child always gets the worst of it, and then the baby of the child gets always babied. You know what I'm saying? And then the middle
Okay.
child's always like the one who always like gets forgotten or some shit. That's how she always compares it.
from my
Which I've
personal
seen it.
from my personal standpoint, I will just say this. The oldest sister definitely got the grunt of it, okay? The middle sister and myself were like, there's like 10 years difference between the two of us. So like the parents that those two girls had are completely different than the parents that I had, because my parents from that point on were like, hey, well, you two girls are in your teens. You need to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
AKA me and my little brother. So I am like little, like, you know, I'm like middle child, like, no one really knows what to do with this, you know? And like, you know, still a kid, still parenting, but like, you know, middle child situation, because I have my little brother, and my little brother, I feel, and this is my opinion, was kind of babied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely babied. I will agree with you on that. Like, you know, when it comes to little, like, you know, younger kids, like younger siblings, they get kind of a little bit more baby.
Yeah, like, man,
You
they
know?
never got their ass beat for stupid shit. Like, I did.
I can't go on record to say that. I mean, I think we both had our lickings on the belt line there, but like, and I,
Yeah, you know
it
what I'm
was-
saying? But it's always
Yeah.
the babies that were like, no, don't touch him. Like, my wife tells me
he's
stories
just
about
a
her
baby. He's
brothers.
just my little boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my wife goes on her rant about how her little brother never got a belt.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I think my little brother and I both got the belt and the wooden spoon in our childhood, but I would definitely say that in my prism of what I'm viewing life in is that, yeah, definitely, like, my older sisters got just a different version of my parents than what I got.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm
Right.
around and in my teens, my parents were in their 50s. They didn't give a shit. Like, they were just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
just
I
get to
feel ya.
18 and graduate and get out of my
Yeah.
house. The
Yeah,
sisters,
that's
on the
how
other
mine
hand,
were.
it was, yeah, you know, like,
Yeah,
So-
at 16, they're like, "You go get out here." Nah, just but, no. So that's how what I was kind of feeling with Alex was he was just
Yeah.
pretty much the black sheep, like, you know.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, like, on first initial playthrough, I wasn't getting it. But I would say like the most recent time that I played Homecoming, playing it, I was sitting here going like, oh, yeah, this is really sad. This is like really sad for him. Yeah, absolutely. Like what kid wants to be just thrown away and just pretend like they're not worth it, you know?
Right.
So then after Scarlet, that's right. Officer Wheeler has that boat and we're going to Silent Hill with Ellie and them, and then we get boarded by the cult members, because I guess they have boats too.
Yeah, pull some Fast and Furious shit on us. Just rammed our boat, stole Ellie, and which is dumb to me. I'm sorry, that scene was so stupid.
We had such a weird, I don't know why I felt like there was like a shoehorned, like, there's a couple of things in this scene. First is that Officer Wheeler knows the existence of Sybil Bennett from Silent Hill 1.
Oh yeah.
Because he brings up that she went to the town and then nothing. She doesn't know what happened to her, right? Yeah. And then there's like this weird shoehorned in like love story between Ellie and Alex.
Yeah, man, I was feeling that, dude. I was like, oh, this fucking kiss already.
Oh yeah, Christ. They're already macking on each other. They may as well just like seal the deal on this one. And you know, not to bury the lead here, but like they don't. There's nothing solidified here that like the two of them.
Off too, honestly.
Yeah, there's no payoff. There's no $1 million payoff here. So we survive. We somehow go overboard and we end up on the shoreline of Silent Hill. And now we've got to figure out where our crew is. And now we're actually properly in Silent Hill. This is not a pipe dream. This is not a mirage. This isn't Shepherd's Glen anymore. Like we've crossed Toluca Lake and we have gotten to Silent Hill, and we are now over halfway through the game. We haven't been in Silent Hill this whole time. Like
no. Which honestly, again, respect to the game because it didn't feel like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
So respect to that.
Yeah.
Like it did, but it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it had the monsters and the fog and all that shit, blah blah blah. But
again, I'm frustrated that like at the time I was like, okay, cool new experience, but right now I'm like I'm frustrated at the point that it's a Silent Hill title. You get like little traces of like Silent Hill, but it's really just somewhere else with Silent Hill things happening.
Yeah, they should have named it Shepherd's Glen Silent Hill.
Yeah, right? Or like, I don't know, shelve it as a great idea, but not go for it. You know, maybe, I don't know. Our job here is to get to the, what's it called? The penitentiary. Right? So I guess Silent Hill has one of those. And through that, we have to go through the town. We have to go through some buildings. We got to go through a electrical generator building, kill more cultists.
Go here, go back. Go here, go back.
Oh, did you ever do the side quest thing where you go and get the gems?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so there's a cemetery like immediately as you get onto, I think it's like, oh, is it Coon Street? I don't remember, but anyway, one of those roads, like immediately when you get into Silent Hill, there's a graveyard across the street, and there's a couple of statues, and when you put like these like gems that you can find throughout the town, it'll give you a key, and you take that key, you go use it on one of the doors, and you can get a sniper rifle from it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like one of those like weird like it gives you like 3 like gems, and if you put them in the right order, then you get a thing. Which, by the way, this game is very like, you have 3 options, and we've done this before in the house, like with the faces, and you have to put the masks on them.
Yeah.
That one, that riddle always screws me up. I don't know why. Same. Doesn't make sense to me.
I had to look it up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. During my live stream, I had to go on YouTube and like.
Yeah. Another one was the stupid puzzle box thing.
Yeah, we're gonna be coming up on that here in a minute.
Right? We eventually make it to the penitentiary. We're trying to find Officer Wheeler. It's another one of those characters going along with you situations, and at least he has a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
And then we go right, and then we go into the darkness, and we find out that our mom was kidnapped and placed here too, and now we're at a choice-based system, because why not have one of those in a Silent Hill game?
And again, no matter what you pick, she still dies. So
yeah, yeah, right. Like
either
you
shoot
have
her or she.
Yeah, you either put her out of her misery or you just watch her suffer for a few minutes.
Yeah. By the way, which one did you choose?
I don't remember.
I hate to say it like this,
think,
but during my live stream, I even tried to put myself in Alex's shoes. So I was like, if this was my mom, what would I do? And I hate to say it, but I just shot her.
Yeah, same here.
And
I think I did the same thing.
Because, like, and I'm not saying, like, oh, I want to shoot my mom, but I'm saying, like, because the second option, wasn't she going to get split and ripped in half or something like that? I forget. It was brutal. Yeah.
It was almost like this. It was almost like the character. It was almost like the design team decided to take like a couple of cues from like the Saw movies and then like insert that into Silent Hill. And I was like, that's not.
I tried to put myself in that shoe, so I was like, would I rather shoot my mom and just get it done and over with, or do I want to see her get slowly ripped in half and everything? By the way, put a pin in that for later.
Oh, okay.
So just remember that. That back to what I'm talking about. So yeah, just save that there.
Jeez. Okay.
Same thing with the. We'll get to it.
All right.
Continue on.
So then we get to our boss fight, and that is the I don't know what the name of this character is. So I came up with one, and it was just pretty much the human centipede.
Oh, that's the I got it popped up right here. It's I don't know how to say it. It's ASPHYXIA. As.
Can you type it in?
Yeah, I got you.
Because then I can like read it and be like, I think that's asphyxia.
Asphyxia, that's it. Thank you. Once you said it, because I don't.
Yeah, asphyxia. By the way, that's it.
Guys, I'm D-Dog, and I have dyslexia, so I can't read worth of shit.
I just shoot from the hip and hope it enunciates correctly.
Yeah, so we go to asphyxia again. I think is a badass character. Do I think they copied off the human centipede? Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's so weird how it just like crawls out of like this like space in the wall that looks very feminist, like feminine.
It was covering its boobs too.
Right. Yeah, and it's also called asphyxia because it's covering its mouth.
Yeah.
You know, like
it has asphyxia. 2 little neckines. It's fucked up.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I didn't like this monster. I didn't like the design of it. I didn't like the idea of it. I didn't like. In my head, I was like, mind you, I'm an adult and I'm sitting there going like this. Well, this is very human centipede, and like, we just got a rip off from like Saw, like, 30 minutes ago. So.
I don't want to jump ahead real quick, but again, put a pin in this as well. Sure. If you don't know, the story behind all these monsters, right? All these boss fights. Are you going to talk about that later or no?
I mean, we can now, because I don't know the stories behind them. No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So the doll one, the mannequin one, and this one, how you kill them?
You mean the tree monster?
Sorry, yeah, the tree, the mannequin,
the mannequin,
and
human centipede,
fixated one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you killed them is actually how their families made their sacrifices. Yeah, so asphyxia, when he suffocates it, and found that one out today. Well, the doll one, he
cut. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how they sacrifice their children. Yeah, found that one out today. That gave me chills too.
So then the tree one, the way that you kill the tree one is you Well,
I forget about that one. I
know that it starts off with like these meat bags, and you have to hit those off, and then it drops to the floor, and then that's the second half of it where you hit like its hand, and then its face. You have to hit its face, and then
I forget what that one was. I forget, but yeah, how you kill them is actually how their family sacrificed.
I could see Mayor Bartlett maybe hang his children off of a tree. I could.
Yeah.
deduce that part, but I didn't think of it
Yeah, I
as
found
like,
that out too.
wow.
So that's why I get like the respect of the game, because I'm like, okay, I can't really hate on the game because at least they were smart about that. Like they're sticking to the lore here, I guess you could say. Right? Right? Yeah, that blew my fucking mind today too.
I am just like so dumbfounded by now. I'm like, wait, what? Maybe I should like replay this tonight because I got the time. Maybe I should just replay this game over at my Xbox over here and just be like, okay, let's just go by the, you know.
Sriracha and I will watch it if you do that. Drink some.
Oh no, I was just thinking like just on the side, like just like crunching some stuff the whole time.
But moving on though.
Yeah, so moving on, we get past all that. We go into the darkness, and then by the way, we were about to save Judge Holloway, but she does this little thing where when she's leaving, she turns around. If you notice, she kind of smirks a little bit, and it's like, whoa, what's going on here, lady?
Right there, if you ask me.
Right. And so we go off to the church, which again, chicken and the egg situation, because guess where we go to in the movie? A church. Where do we go to in Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 2? Well, kind of. This game really like tries to hit like all the barrels, or like the check marks of like what makes a Silent Hill game to you there, D-Dog? You know?
I'm sorry.
Like, if you were to like name like all the places we're supposed to go to in a Silent Hill game, where do we go?
What? Hospitals, schools,
right,
churches, fucking.
I feel like this game like hits like all the like top 10 best, like places to go.
Absolutely.
But then like remixes it in a weird way. I don't know.
Yeah, they put their own little twist to it.
Also here at the church, we run into Silent Hill 3 moment where you go to the confessional box. Right?
Yeah.
But instead of it being just some random ghostly woman who is it Claudia that we talked to in Silent Hill 3, or is it?
Yeah, it's I thought it was supposed to be Claudia, but I thought they tricked you, and actually it is supposed to be the other one though. I don't know. That's just why I'm basing it off.
Okay, because I was wondering now, like, because you definitely know Alex is talking to his dad. Right.
Yeah,
which is weird
so
because
that's what I was hoping you would mention.
Has it really been that long that like Alex's dad doesn't know what Alex's voice sounds like?
Right.
So anyway, it's why like it kind of like, wait a minute, in Silent Hill 3 when Heather is doing the exact same thing, is it Claudia or is it a ghost? Like I always wondered that now. I think it would make more sense if it was Claudia, right?
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like they try and make it seem like, you wasn't talking to, I guess you could say, the cult leader type deal,
Yeah. So you have a moment here, a choice-based moment where you could either forgive or you could like tell him to piss off, and I don't remember what I chose. I really don't.
Yeah,
it's been so long ago. I think I chose not to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I chose not to too, because his dad was such because you get all these flashbacks of how your dad low-key just abused the fuck out of you and didn't give a shit out of you. Of course, though, we still don't know the whole story yet.
Right, exactly. And we're about to wrap up this like little story all nice and tight. After doing a boss battle of the not the Colossus, what are they called? Siams.
Siams, yeah.
We do this little puzzle thing, and then the organ opens up, and we see our dad being, quartered and almost drawn, but not quite.
Which again, it's like they had the intentions to do a saw trap here, and then they didn't, which pissed me off, because I'm like, clearly he was about to get split in half by the fucking pranks or whatever, but then Bossman Pyramid Head came out of nowhere, and
Pin in that, not even an actual boss fight. We never even boss fight Pyramid Head.
No.
He's such a cameo character in this game. It's like they literally, this is the problem, okay, with this game, and when it comes to Pyramid Head, is this. One, in Star Trek, in season 2, I believe it was season 2, they were like, okay, we need to come up with like a bad guy, right? For Star Trek. And they landed on these aliens called the Ferengi for a couple of episodes, and then they realized these aliens are ridiculous. They're a joke. So then they came up with the Borg, the cybernetic humanoid characters, right? The problem here today on this green Earth this year is that we have seen so many episodes of the Borg from 1992 or something like that to 2024 that, like, at this point, like, every time I see a Borg episode, I'm like, they're not that scary anymore. the teeth in Jaws have been ripped up, and I'm not afraid of the shark anymore.
Right.
It's so much easier to just be at the beach and just not go in the water at this point. You know what I mean? And that's what I kind of feel like in this game the creators did with Pyramid Head, is that they made this character ominous, but like so far away from you that like it's just here for cameo and just here for Silent Hill purposes without the teeth in the lion at this point. So it's just
So when Pyramid Head comes to split your dad in half when he's all tied up,
essentially that's what happens.
So that's why I told you to put in pin to the mother character, because this is where it all comes along. So you remember the schism enemy? They're split in half.
Oh, that's right.
It's just like how in James's creation the monsters are. So again, mad respect for the game being like that, where the schism is actually based off of what's going on in his life. His mom got split in half. The doctor in the beginning, which actually is supposed to be your dad, got split in half again.
Yeah.
And then third time he gets split in half. So the schism is that's why I told you put a pin in that, and why I wanted to talk about that monster, because actually that monster is based off of everything getting split in half. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I never thought of that. I always
my respect for the game like that. It's just really hated game. And
again, like it has. Here's the problem, and I hate to sound like, you know, like even today, like in Silent Hill 2, the remake groups. I don't know if you like follow the Reddit threads or the Twitter, threads or the Facebook page or anything like that. But like, I don't want to sound like a fan who doesn't love a good, solid effort. The problem is execution over here, and it feels like all of this game was pretty much just, well, we got this movie coming out. We want to release a new game. Let's make the two of them this, but we're doing it in a sense of like, well, it's because it's Silent Hill. There's nothing new to it, you know?
Holy fuck! I forgot to mention too. So the whole time you're a military guy, you have the dog tags, you have everything else. When you meet your dad before he gets split in half, he goes, "Even after everything I did to you, you still wear my dog tags." And then you have like this flashback moment, blah 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 blah. So we're getting in, and then he fights with his daddy and goes like, "No, these are my dog tags because I'm actually in the military." Come to find out, no, you're in a mental hospital this whole time.
And put a caveat to this: I actually I still have my dog tags, and
oh hell yeah,
they don't just go S.A. Graves. Like my first name is clearly printed out, so I don't know how either Alex is A, really bad at reading, or B,
well, and then that's what fucking made me even more mad about this game, because the whole game you're this combat fighting dude who's coming home after being in the military and blah blah blah, and then come to find out, no, you're actually just mentally fucked up. And I guess this is pretty much the ending of. Because after that, you go through some bullshit, and then...
Like, the epiphany is that, like, your dad is telling you like, no, what you think has happened isn't real. You think you went off to war. We took you to an insane asylum because you and your little brother Josh decided to go out into Toluca Lake like dolts. And then like so there's like this MacGuffin, by the way, that happens in the game. It's that stupid necklace that his dad gives Josh. That's a MacGuffin.
It's $1 million ring.
Totally worthless, and we'll never see it again. But the thing is that like Josh brings it up, like, hey, dad loves me so much, I have this necklace and you don't have it. Alex gets a little pissed off about it and wants to see it, and then in the tussle of it, Josh goes overboard.
Back.
Right.
Gets his head off the boat, goes overboard.
And so what does Alex do? He goes back to shore, tries to get help, comes back, and, you know, Josh has been submerged
Mind
for
you
so
guys, Shepard's family has to make a sacrifice of their family member. And
they
Alex,
banked... Yeah.
Alex is supposed to be the sacrifice, and he accidentally killed Josh, which is his little brother. So the whole time you accidentally sacrificed your brother instead of you, which again, stupid fucking thing, bro. Pisses me off. Not because it's just a dumb story. Like, you go through all this bullcrap just to get told, oh no, you're actually mental and you killed your brother. So thanks for that, asshole, because you were supposed to die.
And by the way, because of that happening, you've caused all this shit to happen in our hometown. Yeah.
And it just pisses me off because I'm like, how fucking like good, like what? I don't think it's a good story. I think everything about this game sucks. The level sucks. The monsters are beautiful. The boss is amazing. Everything. I hate this game. I understand why.
Even the environment, but like the environments are done. They're rendered beautifully. They're rendered effectively.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Again, it's like, this is Silent Hill, but like this is Silent Hill if it was like trying to be Silent Hill.
Oh my god.
You know?
Yeah. How you feel about the game, by the way?
You know, so like by the time we get to the final boss battle, which, you know, minor bosses are Judge Holloway and then Curtis. We save Ellie.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then we have to we find Officer Wheeler. He's being tortured, and we have a choice. Either we give him a health pack,
medkit,
or a medkit, or we just say, hey, he's too far gone, we need to just go.
Which pisses me off too, because no matter what choice you do there, he doesn't even die. Like, he just that's just where he's at.
Some of the times, because I wrote down the pattern of like what the choices are that get all 5 of the endings. There's only 5 endings. Shit. Yeah.
Right.
So,
all stupid.
Right. They're all pretty much arbitrary, and they have no like significance to later installments of Silent Hill either. Like, it's just
even the UFO ending. I hear people was even complaining about because they were like, "That is dumb."
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It's corny.
I mean, all the UFO endings are kind of weird. Like,
yeah, but like, come on, man. Like, it's Homecoming.
Yeah. So, the final boss is like this pregnant monster with like spider legs, and you kill it. Inside the womb is Josh, and you kind of repent for like all the the whole thing.
Yeah, you give him the fucking necklace back, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you lay it on his dead body.
Right, and then you just walk away. And then after that, we get our, you know, endings here. We got good, drowning, boogeyman, hospital, and UFO, and your boy here has gotten every single one.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
Why?
I mean, you might, because that is just a painful game to play. Man.
I mean, there's 5 endings, so I went through it plenty enough times to...
The boogeyman one was by far stupid.
Yeah.
I hate it because basically what they say is when you put on the Pyramid Head mask, you turn into this buff fucking guy, and then he does the Darth Vader screaming. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm dog shitting on this game right now, but I know a lot of people. This is, by the way, I don't know. Again, I'll say this again in the podcast. This is the most hated Silent Hill game.
Really? I thought that Book of Memories was.
Dude,
well, now we have Ascension to dog on, but like...
I was gonna say, besides like the off-brand ones and everything, Silent Hill, actually, it goes this one as the most hated, then it's Downpour. So yeah, this is actually the most hated Silent Hill game. And I 110% agree with it. It fucking sucks. I hate it too. I don't like it at all.
Okay. Very interesting take. I think I got the default good ending. On my
Yeah.
first playthrough, I've gotten the drowning ending, which, by the way, the good ending is just that like everyone survives. Drowning is where the cutscene happens, where you're in your house and your dad plunges you into
Drowns you.
the bathroom tub and drowns you. We just covered Boogeyman. The hospital one is the one where Alex is back at the hospital, but he's being
Yes, he gets electric.
yeah. What's that thing called? A lobotomy?
No,
I-
lobotomy is where they stuff something up.
Oh, that's right, the eye thing. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
they get yeah, I know, electric therapy. No,
It is electric therapy, but there's a specific word for it. And here's the thing. The game tells you from the very beginning in the hospital
oh
dream,
yeah, that's right.
the type of like medical treatments that are happening there, and like even Alex kind of comments like, why would they be doing this electric stuff, like, or this electric therapy, like that doesn't make it should have been outlawed by now. And then the UFO ending is where Ellie and Alex get, beamed up to space because of a UFO.
What I originally sent you in the Discord, so if you just type in on Google most hated Silent Hill game, first thing that comes up, Homecoming. Where did Homecoming go? Some more shit about
Where
Homecoming.
do you think? Okay, so since Google is like all knowing, where do you think Homecoming went wrong?
Everything.
Everything.
Honestly, I hate every little bit of it. It's too much combat. There's too much go here, go back, go here, go back. And the story fucking is trash. I'm sorry to say it. It's just, I hate the story. Levels I definitely hated besides the jail one. The jail one was the only one that I actually enjoyed. I just hated everything, man. The quick timing events were dumb. I'm sorry to say that if I had to literally rate this game, I'm not saying like by other Silent Hills, like the game alone, if I had to rate this, I'll probably give it like maybe a 3.5 out of 10.
Oh wow.
I just don't enjoy it. Like honestly, like I said, I play this game multiple times, and every single time I have never beaten it. And this previous time I've live streamed it and tried to beat in it. I'm now, what I told you before the podcast started, I found out I was actually towards the end. And like I'm literally like I'm after the part where your dad dies, which is literally the end.
Yeah,
and I haven't even gone back and played it yet.
So your whole level, and then your 2 mini boss fights, and then all that. Wow.
I'm literally there. So and I just can't finish it. I hate this game so much. It's just dog shit. I hate everything about it. The characters are all dumb. I hate them. I hate the character you play as. I just hate everything about it, man.
I think like
the only thing that I think they didn't go wrong in is honestly just the again, I'll say it for the 50th time, just the enemy designing. I love it. They nailed it.
That, and also like the music was a lot fresher this time around for some reason. Like
it had a nice homecoming feeling too. That's what I loved about it. It really did. It made you feel like that you were coming back home. Like especially the beginning, the piano and everything.
Yeah.
But besides that, the gameplay itself, man.
I would say like where Homecoming went wrong for me was not even just a subtlety of homages to other games that were a lot greater than it is. I think I was just saying that, like I was mentioning that through this whole thing, is that Silent Hill Homecoming is picking off items from prior games that nailed it the first time. The nurses. It
was literally like
the levels.
Hey man, you could copy my homework, but don't make it look like you copied my homework.
That's exactly what it was. Okay, no. Core memory. So I don't know if they still have this class in high school, but we used to have a typing class, right?
Yes.
So,
oh god,
just giving you a heads up, I have a couple of because I saw this was a trend on TikTok, and it was like, can you spell your name without lifting up your pen? And the idea is there are people in your age group or younger who don't know how to write in cursive because it's not being taught in schools anymore.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What?
No, go ahead.
Oh. So actually, my year, fun fact, I don't know how to read cursive because in my year they were teaching us how to write in cursive, and then I remember this whole being a whole big thing. So we were learning how to write in cursive, and then like the very next day they were like, "Hey, We can't teach it no more. And then so they dropped it right there. And to this day, I don't know how to read in cursive. I barely know how to write my name in cursive. Yeah, I'll show you right now, even on live stream. It's funny as fuck. Like I get the D right, and then the rest is like that.
Cursive is the reason. I know it might be a little blurry, but like that's my cursive.
How
like,
I write my name. Because it's just literally a D and then scribble, scribble, scribble. I see.
Oh wow.
I don't know how to do it.
Like, okay, dead ass. I'm doing this all live.
I used to get made fun of a lot because my first job was working at Wendy's, and the lady, oh god, I know that says Sean, but
yeah, I don't know how to make that not blurry, but that was all done in one stroke.
No, it's funny. So I used to work at Wendy's, and my boss would write everything in cursive, and on the bottom of it, she would literally put, Dom, the board says, and because I had to tell her. They thought I was fucking with her and everything, and then I literally had to like pull her to the side, and you know everybody was laughing, even she was laughing, like not making fun of me, but like you know Dom being Dom again. And no, that's a legit thing. I had to like literally tell her like, no, I actually can't read the board. I can't do cursive. I can't read cursive. My wife has to tell me shit all the time in cursive.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. It just looks like scribbles to me. I suffer enough with dyslexia, bro. You know
so the thing is like when I write in print, this is so weird because I suffer dyslexia as well. My print for little b and little d, always get flipped. P's and Q's also get flipped.
Oh, really?
When I print, or the way that you write, you know, like print, right? Wow. But cursive saved my life because it's all done in one stroke, and you how you start a letter B is completely different from doing a letter D. Yeah. And that saved me from feeling like I didn't get how, like, imagine being 13 and like, well, you know, but for those who don't understand dyslexia, imagine being 13 and you still to this day suffer from struggling how to write and communicate your thoughts.
My job is we have 31 docks and I load trailers and shit, and there's sometimes they'd be like, go to dock 421 to it, and I'll go dock 412 because I swore I said 412, not 21. And everybody's like, Dom, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I totally feel you on that. Back in high school, I went to type class, and one of my friends was also in there, and she had missed an assignment, but I happened to have it on my floppy disk, so which is also known as the save button for some people. And so I took my floppy disk, I sent it to her via MSN Messenger because it was the early 2000s. And I told her change the name, put in a couple of mistakes here and there, and turn it in on Monday. She was like, okay, yeah, sure.
And that was Silent Hill Homecoming.
That Monday? Right, and that was exactly. But the problem was that the teacher noticed that my mistakes and her mistakes were the same damn mistakes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Because my friend didn't change anything. My friend didn't proofread for anything. So got caught. Yeah. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Silent Hill Homecoming is like a copy and paste of the highlights of games prior to that hit highlights that were their own. And then
I just think the story was boring, man.
Oh,
I can't get over it.
I just don't understand like how this whole commune of people and families and things, it was like once every generation or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but there's got to be more family members in the Shepherds.
Yeah, Finches, like you're bound to have 2 children for that, bro.
Right, like what? They just only stopped at 2 kids per family member? I like how that's
just a normal Monday to them. They're like, yeah, pick.
Right, like, I don't know. I would have imagined if you had like, what if you were like Judge Holloway and you had 4 kids?
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
So you pick the oldest one off, right? But then you got these other 3 schmuckatellias. What do they do?
Bro, I tell you what, man, I'll be playing favorites. Oh, you want the dishes clean? Oh, you want food? I got you. I'll be whipping stuff. Like,
Oh my god. No.
Look at Larry over there. He ain't doing shit. Kill him. I'm joking.
And again, Curtis
Anyway.
shows up at the end, by the way. He's like one of the sub bosses. And like, again,
Yeah.
he has no dog in this fight, but we're like having to murk him off at the end. Like, it just,
Oh
it
my
didn't,
God.
it didn't make sense.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Even the ending didn't make sense. You walk off with your wannabe girlfriend, and that's it.
And Wheeler, maybe, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
my God.
Anyway, that was Silent Hill Homecoming, everybody. I hope everyone
Yes.
enjoyed, well,
Absolutely.
us either bitching, complaining, enjoying, reminiscing, or, you know.
People that hate this genre and are proud to hear us talk about it are probably also agreeing on our bitching and complaining. Mainly my
Probably.
bitching and complaining.
Probably. I don't know.
Anyway.
I again, like, I'm not ungrateful for it. It's just that we learned what works and what doesn't work. And we found out in this game, I think, that if you're going to do something, do it full-heartedly and don't do it just because it's for the fans. I feel like this is a game for the fans, and fans can be whiny. Like,
You know,
if
I respect it.
yeah,
I
right?
respect that.
I would have been surprised if Silent Hill died on 2008 rather than 2015.
I agree with you on that. I'm thankful that there was something in between instead of like what you said and then 2012 Downpour. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, 2012. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, 2012.
So it's like I respect that because that would have been way too far of a gap. Slash,
Mhm.
definitely Downpour would have sunk. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that this, just like Shepard's life, had to take the sacrifice. Because Downpour is sinking slowly too. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my God.
I did not like Downpour.
I mean, we talked about Downpour prior
You did
in
talk
this
about
season, and the thing is like between these two, well, actually, the 3 American games,
Origin was awesome. I don't give a fuck what people say. Origin was that shit, dude. What? Have we covered Origins?
No, I don't think
didn't.
so. I think we
we're
skipped
gonna
that
have to
one.
talk about that one now.
But here's the reason why. Okay, so Climax Studios, the same people who developed Shattered Memories, we have 4 American games. We have Origins, Homecoming, Shattered Memories, and Downpour. And I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the Americans just didn't.
Oh
get
yeah,
it.
they don't know how to make a Silent Hill title, man. Leave that to Konami. And this is gonna sound really bad in racist, but Japanese. Leave it to the Japanese.
No, I mean that's their culture. That's who they are. That's their culture.
Or
They're
Asian,
called the
or-
Japanese.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to make it be like, leave it to the Japs. I didn't want to sound like that. But no, seriously, man, because they know how to make it over there. But yeah, I agree with you, though. These American Silent Hill games, man, fuck off. You don't need no part of it. I'm sorry. Do not need no part of it, except for Origins. I will fight you on that one.
We'll get there. I got some contentious reasons why. I don't know.
And
I'm
I'll
not
probably respect them because I have a love-hate relationship with the game.
Well,
It's definitely better than Homecoming and Downpour, though.
Okay.
By far. And Shattered Memories, god damn.
Shattered Memories. I again, like it's a revamp.
I haven't gotten to play. I got the games. I just haven't really gotten to play it. I even tried emulating it. Emulation doesn't even work. It must be that bad. So yeah, emulators don't even work with it. I downloaded 5 different emulators for that game off of 5 different websites, and each one of them does not work.
You know,
Like
that's
they'll
the
play
only-
the game and it'll just break.
Yeah, that's the only game in the collection that like I haven't played.
I got the PSP and the Wii version. I played a little bit of the Wii version, and it's just like Homecoming. I can't get through it. Like I
That's
make
the only
it to
version-
like I play for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, I'm done. I almost had the PS2 version. I wish I would have, but because now it's the most expensive Silent Hill.
And so I think the emulator is going off of the PlayStation 2. I don't think they're using the Wii version.
No. So I tried downloading the emulator version for the PS2 and the PSP because that's how I play Origins.
Oh yeah, that's right, the PSP version. Mhm.
Yeah. So I also and even those two don't work. I downloaded each one. Like I tried.
That's
I
weird.
tried so bad. Yeah, but that's how I play Origins though, is off of the emulator on my Twitch. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna get on out of
here,
here, everybody. First and foremost, audience, thank you so much for listening and for hanging out with us. We would love to have your comments, for future episodes, for next season too. We're gonna be doing one more episode, and then we're gonna do our season finale.
Oh boy. Can't believe we're all right there, dude.
I know, right? Isn't it weird? By the time we're done,
Absolutely.
and like people, I know, like, but people that I talk to at work or like around town, like, they're like, wait, you're finishing up in like two episodes? I was like, well, yeah, because by the time everything gets released online, it's pretty much December, and then January rolls around, you know, like, and we're off
Absolutely.
doing the thing
I just
all over
remember
again.
when we first started, but it seems like it's been like ages. I feel like we started this like 2 years ago, and then like you're the one who keeps on reminding me, like, dude, we started in like January. I was like,
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, right. It's been a wonderful year. It's been a wonderful like 3 seasons. Well, I call them seasons. You know, winter, spring, summer,
Absolutely.
fall.
Yeah.
We're just gotten to fall, and you know, it's been actually really something that I've looked forward to doing this podcast, like,
Absolutely.
throughout the whole year. So I couldn't have asked for a better co-host.
I
to do
appreciate
this with,
that.
you know?
Too, man. So many people that I even talked about. I'm not trying to suck up love here right now, but while we're on the topic, so many people
I
have
got a
started this
boyfriend,
with
okay?
me.
He's the only one that's allowed to do the sucking up, okay? Get in line.
I'm next. No, but seriously, like, so many people would start this with me, and by like probably our 3rd time, they would have been like dying out. So I'm glad that I just have
really?
somebody also. Oh yeah, absolutely. I can already tell you that. So I'm just glad that I have somebody who's just as more how can I say it? Just so enthusiastic of going live, and also or not enthusiastic, more dedicated. The going live and doing this, and always looking forward to this, because everybody else would have been like, yeah, man, and then I got plans, and then we'll never get to the 3rd episode type shit, you know what I'm saying?
But even we have plans too, and then like we always just like work
work
around it, you know?
Yeah, we just work. So I'm with you there, though. I'm just so appreciative that we get, you know, have somebody like yourself. And, you know, you always got good shit to talk about, and sometimes I don't have anything to talk about, and you just kind of asking me the questions. So, you know, it works out. Just like today, I didn't write anything down today for Silent Hill. Okay, you were just answering away.
I had this page, these pages,
fuck.
and this page.
Oh my god.
That was all Silent Hill Homecoming right there. Yeah. So, you know.
But
I'm a bit of a note taker. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. Don't forget to follow, do all those things. You know, and thank you to the moderators, like Ray Indy, King J935, D-Dog Cat, Sriracha Sauce, and I was listening to a prior episode, and I was like, we were like completely going like, we're not sponsored by Sriracha.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot.
And of course, Ha as well. Thank you guys so much for being the moderators, and of course, thanks to the listeners. Dom, where to follow you? DDogCat36 on all the socials.
YouTube, Twitch mainly. If you want to see me go live, I upload normally series on YouTube, and so that's like once in a blue moon. So if you ever want to check me out, come over to the Twitch channel on DDogCat36, and that's pretty much all my socials.
Right on. And like, especially for October, since we'll be downing, just drinking, guzzling down the Silent Hill 2 remake.
I'm telling you, I'm going to go play it. I'm going to enjoy it. But after I play it and get my 1 ending, we're going for the platinums. I even told my wife, man, I think this is going to be the one. I don't want to jinx myself, but I think this is going to be the one that's actually going to blow me up here, because they always say the key of streaming is stay dedicated to one game and grow from that one game. And when you're playing the Silent Hills, you know, you can only play it for so long, make so much commentary on a video game. You know
And
what I'm saying?
podcasting
So,
about it too. Like,
right. So I'm like, here I am. I think this is gonna be the game that does it for me, man, because I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna enjoy it, but after I enjoy it and get my one ending, we're going for the platinums. We're going for how me and you even thought about, as I say, me and you even talked about live streaming it together and trying to, you know, start at the same time, hopefully get different endings on top of that. Like I'm at least gonna do a lot. I got a lot of content coming up on this game, so
hell yeah,
if you guys
dude.
want to check that out, let me know. Like,
Hell yeah, man. For myself, you can check me out at SeanGraves.net, YouTube, Twitch as well. All the socials out there, usually just Sean Graves. Type me in, put musician at the end of that on Google, and you'll find me.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it. Thank you. Next time, we will be doing the same thing that we do every night, surviving. My name is Sean, and this dude over here.
I'm DDogCat36. Also, as we always forget to tell.
It's your job. I'm done trying.
No, it's all good. It's all good. If you guys have your commentary, your thoughts, your takes on Silent Hill Homecoming, make sure you let us know so we guys could give you a shout out and say this person at blah 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 said
Was
this about
also
Silent Hill
deadly
Homecoming.
wrong because our opinions matter and we're the only ones that are right. And if you think that Homecoming was a better piece of video game in the Silent Hill story and lore, you are wrong.
Yeah, let us know. Yes, absolutely. And no, and then if you guys have also takes on what we should podcast next, also make sure you let us know. So with that being said,
have a good night. Until next time, unpleasant dreams, everyone.
Goodbye.